Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Mrinalini, and I'm here to present my brand, which goes by my name, Mrinalini, as well. So the ones that you see here are all khadi silk saris, and this one here is and I work primarily only with khadi, and they're all khadi silk. So the fabric is the same; it's just the textures and the weaves that all differ. And this one here is a khadi silk sari which is interwoven with zari. So the pallu over here has a lot of it has zari woven through the weft, through the silk, which is the warp. And the main sari over here has it has some kind of we call it in Tamil, we call it omnukara, where a different kind of silk thread is woven through the weft, and the warp is a different color. So you sort of get like an ikat kind of feeling, but of course it's not ikat. And back here in Tamil Nadu, we call it rendukara. And the border here, again, there is no zari on the body. It's just got white stripes through it. And the border here has zari woven through, again, zari woven through the weft over here. And this sari is woven using a technique called korvai, where the body, the pallu and the border of the sari are all woven separately and then interlaced with hand. There's another sari which is made using the same technique. This has motifs through the body, and the entire sari is hand woven. And to give you a little bit explanation about the khadi fabric itself, there's a general misconception that khadi is primarily only cotton, but that's not the case. Khadi is the process which is used to hand spin any kind of fabric. It could be wool, linen, silk, or cotton on the wooden charka which was used during the independence days. So it is a very laborious process because we don't use any kind of electricity. So that way for the fabric, what happens is it's less abrasive. So the yarn is much more stronger and you get nice longer strands of yarn. And the sari, when you weave them, we use a little bit of starch. So again, there's another misconception that khadi saris are stiff. But that is not the case. We use a lot of starch when we weave the sari, because what happens otherwise is the silk tends to crumple a little bit. So we use hence, but once you start wearing the sari, on your first wear itself, it really softens. So the more and more you wear the sari, it really softens and it drapes very well and it's very light for you to carry. And another thing with khadi fabric, again, be it cotton, silk or linen or wool, it adapts to the temperature. So during summer, it cools your body, and during winter, it warms you up. Here is another one. This is a general weave again, and this is woven with black and white. The black being the main body color with white woven through the silk. So the entire sari is silk, and the pallu has zari woven again through the silk. So it gives you a nice tissue kind of a feeling. And all these saris come with blouses attached to it. Most of the saris have contrast blouses. A few have the same color as the body, just so that there's some kind of uniformity to the sari. This sari again is another one. This entire sari has zari woven through the silk. And the border, the pallu, is navy blue with zari. And the entire body is maroon with zari through it with navy blue motifs on it. And again, the silk that we use is all homegrown in India, and we source all the cocoons from farmers in and around farmers in villages in Tamil Nadu. And the silk that we use is mulberry silk. So what happens is all these cocoons are grown under the controlled environment and fed mulberry leaves. And once the silk is developed, how silk is procured is they immerse the cocoons in hot water. But as with khadi, since khadi is associated with the freedom of our country and also with ahimsa, we wait for the worms to pass on a natural death, or move out of the cocoons on their own, and then it's immersed in hot water. And then we take out the fiber, and then it's hand spun on the charka. And then, of course, after that, it is we work with the dyers depending on the colors what we want for the saris. And after that, the entire mass of yarn. So typically, a yarn can produce about 10 saris in one bundle. So what we do is the weavers stretch out the yarn through the length of the room to get a uniformity, and then depending on the design, which again the designs are all it's all replicated on these wooden placards with just holes. So the weavers from that they decipher the design, and then it's replicated on the sari. So all the saris are handmade from the spinning of the yarn to the end product of making the sari. So no machinery, no electricity, nothing is used. This sari here is a through and through white sari. The border, the pallu is a pink one woven through with zari, and the zari has a very Kanjivaram sari kind of feel to it. It's quite. I'm not sure if all the viewers can see. It's pretty thick, and the body is white with motifs in pink color, and they also have self motifs in white color. So to the naked eye, it looks really pretty. I'm not sure if the on screen if it's doing justice, but I think if I bring it closer, you can see the smaller ones in white as well. And all the saris are Silk Mark accredited, and they are Khadi certified as well. This sari again is a off-white sari, which again has zari woven through the entire portion of the sari, through the pallu as well as the body. And you can see motifs which comes on the top border and the bottom border. Again, it has blue motifs and white motifs. And the pallu is a darker blue with the zari woven through it. And the entire body again has the tissue kind of effect because of the zari woven through the silk. This one here is a peach color sari with a contrast pallu. This we call here back home in Tamil Nadu, Ramar Pachai, and the motifs are all in white. And this is a plain silk, so there is no zari woven through the body, just zari on the pallu alone. Since it's a darker color, so the sheen is more on the pallu. This is a turquoise blue sari. Again, this is fully plain silk with there's no zari through the body, but there is zari through the pallu, and you have stripes with zari on the pallu, and it's grey. And there are motifs in grey on the sari. And like I said, all the saris have attached blouses. This again is from the same collection. The body is a nice light grey with a sea green pallu with zari woven through it, and the motifs are in white and a very light mustard. I'm not sure if it's visible. And the blouse is the same as the pallu. And there is a border on this sari, which is the same as the pallu. It has zari through it as well. And the border is just at the bottom, not on the top. Each of these saris typically takes a weaver about 7 days to weave. If he sits for about at least 7 to 8 hours a day. So it takes him about 7 days to weave a simple sari. Something like a korvai would take him about 25 days to weave one. This sari is a color block. The sari that comes, the part that comes on your pleats has the ikat kind of a pattern on it with pink and white lines through it. And the one that drapes around your hip on the chest is a plain pink, the same pink, but and it's woven through with zari, and the zari continues through to the pallu, and the pallu is white in color. So like I mentioned before, all the fabric, the entire range is the same fabric. It's just that changes are brought through with textures and different kinds of weaves, which traditionally was followed in the older days, but we're trying to adapt it to the newer generation with newer colors and newer designs. So we keep most of our designs very minimalist, trying to keep the fabric the hero of the sari. This is another sari which runs through the entire length as plain white and pink stripes. It's like candy stripes, but much more thinner. It's one of my favorites. It's very smart for a day wear and office wear. And the best part about these saris are it doesn't give you the typical silk feel. Though this is 100% silk, it's lightweight, and it was intentionally made a little lighter because generally people nowadays prefer lighter saris. It's very difficult to carry the older kind of silk saris, which weighs heavy and walk around, especially given the weather and all that and maintenance. So this runs through the sari, plain white and pink stripes, and the blouse is the same as well. So it's really smart to wear during the day. And it's easier, like I said, it's easy to carry. The Korvai saris are a little more heavier because the ply of the yarn that we use is a little more bigger, is a little more larger than what we would use for a day wear sari, because given the weave of the Korvai sari, it requires for the ply to be a little more heavier than the regular sari. This here is a creamish yellowish body, and this again is that ikat kind of a design. I'm not sure whether it's visible on camera. So it has black lines, tiny lines running through the sari, and the pallu of which is a nice dark moss green with black stripes to it. And I really wish that the viewers could feel the sari. It has a nice texture to it. It feels, you can actually feel the weave through this sari. In fact, the silk is more, you can feel the lushness of the silk on the pallu. And here the texture and the weave is shown through the body. So it's like a nice combination. The entire, so it's amazing how just with different kinds of weaves, the fabric, which is the same, but it differs with just the kind of weaves that the weavers use for different saris.
Mrinalini, sorry to interrupt.
No worries.
You can just go behind after you showcase the product close to the camera because the lighting there is appropriate, and I think people can have the real feel of the saree.
Do you want me to stand behind?
Yeah, yeah. You'll have to
Okay.
stand behind and then maybe you can come closer just to show. But from there, I think the saree looks really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done, Naka.
Okay, thank you.
This sari again is an onion pink sari, and it runs through the sari from the body to the pallu. And the pallu has subtle zari signs which runs through the pallu, and plain, and the zari is woven through the entire sari. So you can actually make the difference of the zari on the pallu as well as the body. And there is a small, very tiny border which is a little bit of a mustard. It's a very light mustard color on both sides of the sari. And the pallu, like I said, has faint zari lines through the pallu. This again is another classic which generally does very well when I go for all shows, because people seem to love to play around with blouses nowadays. So this again is a plain cream color sari, and it has the same cream lines running through the sari. So again, on the naked eye, it's beautiful, and you can set it off with a lovely neck piece. And the pallu here is a nice gray with zari through it. Again, it has it to give it that tissue kind of feeling, and it sets off the cream of the body, and the body with its faint lines over there set off the pallu. So both colors do justice to one another. You don't like it. That's it. So this is what I have for you all today. So if anyone feels like asking me anything about the fabric or the prices, I can help with that.
You can go ahead with the prices, Mrinalini.
Okay. Typically the saris range from 10,000 onwards, something like this. Where's this one's price? I'll get back to you on the price for that. Meanwhile, this one here. No, there is. This one here is 14,000. And this one here is. This one here is 22,000. And this Corvette here is 25,000. And this sari here has 22,000. It's 22,000. So all the saris are priced according to the labor intense that goes into the making of the sari and the weight of the silk. And the zari is also certified by the KVIC Board of India. So it has the Silk Mark accreditation, which is stamped on the sari, and it has the Khadi certification, and the zari also is Khadi certified. So it's basically pure, it's silver which is dipped in copper. This cream one here is 22,000. And this one is 13,200 here, the one which has the ikat kind of a feel and has the green moss green pallu on it. So the range is typically from 11,000 to 26 to 31,000 on. And this gray one here, which I showed you earlier with the sea green pallu and the sea green border, it is 13,800. So if there's anything else anybody would like to ask.
Your contact number, you can share it.
Okay, I can be reached at 95006 75865, and my Instagram ID is Mrinalini SP, MRINALINISP, and my email address is mrinalinisp@gmail.com. Do you want me to talk to, would anybody like to ask me anything else, or?
No, I don't think there are queries now.
Okay.
We have appreciated your collections, so you can thank the viewers and you can sign off.
Okay. And can I thank them now? Or?
Sure, please.
Okay, I thank everyone for their time and taking the time out to see the saris. And I would really like to hear from you all. If not anything else, I'd really like to hear from you all. Any kind of feedback you all have. That really helps with growing the brand as well. And now with the pandemic and everything. So any kind of suggestions is most welcome, be it criticism or anything good. I'm open to anything. And another one thing before I sign off, all the saris need to be dry washed. And in the long run, I think saris, when they're maintained, I feel that it's easier maintained when they're rolled on a rod. So that way you don't get the fold marks on the sari. So this is all I have for today, and I thank everybody for their time, and I really hope you like the collection, and you all take care and be safe.